Yeah. Welcome to Vibes and Views podcast. I'm your host, Callie. This is my co-host, Chef Jay.
Hello. Welcome to the Vibes and Views podcast.
This guy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Why? Hey, it's free 99. That's why. So before we hop into today's podcast, we want to thank our sponsors. Hold up. We ain't got no sponsors. What the hell I'm talking about? Anyway.
Not yet.
Not yet. So let's start. All right, guys, we got a lot to cover. Short time. Chef Jay, would like to kick us off, or would you like me to kick us off with today's topic?
I can read the first topic for today. I'll read the first topic for today.
All right. Let's get into it. Let's see,
the first topic. Does Facebook make the relationship official?
I don't know. How you feel about that? I mean, me personally, I can say I'm not a big social media guy, but in the world of social media that we're currently living in,
Right.
I mean, I don't want people always just being in my damn business. So, I mean, it's just to teach his own, I guess.
I feel like it's more so like you can update your Facebook, because I feel like Facebook for me, I don't really have any friends on there. I just have like family and then like spouse and maybe spouse's family, family, spouse's family. So then it's
same
thing.
thing.
So it's like, let's say like you talking to the person, you're starting to get to know them,
right?
Like their mom or something stalking your Facebook, adds you on Facebook, whatever.
Had that happen before.
You make like you just like you're in an official relationship, maybe like a month or two later or whatever. You're like, all right, I'll like update my Facebook status.
Okay.
Just so that like your family knows you're in a relationship, like other people,
right,
close to you know or whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like people who like just have like an insane amount of people added on Facebook or online, like posting, like, or like if you put it on an Instagram story or like a Snapchat story or something, you're like in a relationship, people are gonna be like, we do not care.
Yeah,
like,
do not care like at all. Yeah.
Like, older people, family members, aunts, uncles, whatever, they're gonna be like, oh, like,
yeah,
like, oh, my grandson's dating somebody. Like, that's what my grandpa did. He was like, when am I gonna meet your girlfriend? So
oh my gosh, and that's what makes it really hard too, like introducing family into like relationships. So I mean, I guess that makes it seem better to the world that, you know, yes, Facebook official, I guess, solidifies, I guess, the relationship publicly. But I don't know. I'm a little bit older than you. I personally don't give a damn who knows that I'm in a relationship on Facebook. If you see us together out and about, then you be like, hey, that's so and so's dating so and so, you know?
Who's this? You didn't tell me about that.
Right, exactly. So I'm like, that's how I am. I mean, so I guess we can say yes and no. I can agree to disagree on that one. It does make it, but it does break it too, because
doesn't make it official for you because you're already in. Like, if you've had that conversation, been like, oh, let's be exclusive, this, that, whatever.
Right.
It's not like your relationship is unofficial until you post something. It's like, if you want other people to know that you're in an official relationship with somebody, like y'all decided, like, okay, you know, we in it for the short run or the long run or whatever.
Right.
Like, y'all know that you're in a relationship. People that you might have told know.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you decide to post it, it doesn't official. It's not official, just because you posted it.
Yeah, I think that's all. It's all perception.
Then that begs the question of like, what if you're talking to somebody?
Yeah.
And they change their status to like in a relationship. Excuse me. They post like a relationship.
There you go. There you go.
They say like if you're talking to somebody, it might have only been a week or two of just like talking stage, like still like going on a few dates here and there. You're not official, and they like update their status to like official relationship or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's like, that doesn't mean you're in an official relationship because y'all didn't have that conversation.
Right, exactly. So, see that. So then that brings us to the next topic. Is it okay to talk to multiple people at a time? I mean, male or female. You know, is it all right? Is it?
Depends.
Okay.
On what you're looking for and who you are as a person, in my opinion. Because I feel like if you're in the dating scene, like, I understand the point of dating is to figure out who you want to be with.
Right.
But I also feel like you should, like, if you're just wanting like casual flings here and there, you want to test the waters, like, I guess you could talk to multiple people if that's your thing, but like, you shouldn't go into something expecting for someone to only talk to you.
Right.
You need to make it clear to them, like, you're my only focus right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
You gotta
in terms of dating, and
Right.
if you're talking to other people, I'm not gonna waste my time fighting for something that like, you don't know if it's gonna last or not.
Exactly. I think establishing boundaries and letting people know, like, hey, this is X, Y, and Z before we even jump into something. So, I mean, I personally, I've been on both ends. I have talked to someone exclusively at one point in time, and then I have talked to multiple people. The downfall to talking to multiple people at a time, you don't want to get too invested in too many people or too,
Yeah.
whatever the case may
You gotta
be.
break off the different, like, if one starts to progress further than the rest,
Correct.
then you have
yeah.
to try and break off the other ones without it being weird, or even if you keep them around, it's just gonna make it more difficult down the road.
Exactly. I mean, I've passed upon a couple, let's say when I was focusing on one person and that one person I didn't think that one lady was up to par, I would say, for my standard. Yeah. Up to my standards, I've done it before and I missed out on a good opportunity on another blessing, I would say.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah. But I feel like personally, one-on-one with somebody is
Personally, I like
best.
to, like, if you consider, like, if you're talking to multiple people at the same time, like, I wouldn't go on dates with multiple people at the same time. Like, I might chat with a person here or there, but as soon as I start to get to know somebody, like, in my experience, like, I might have, like, in the past, like, there have been a few times where it's like, oh, I might have been on, like, Bumble, Hinge, Tinder, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like you get a few
apps.
matches going. Maybe, like, things might not be progressing with everybody. There's just people you're chatting with or whatever.
Right.
Nothing really goes too deep. But as soon as somebody actually expresses interest, if you're gonna express interest back, you need to just immediately just be like, nah, never mind, for like the rest, or just be like, look, or even like tell them, like, look, I'm like pursuing somebody else. I'm gonna stop talking to you. And if they're understanding, they might be like, okay, let me know how that goes. If it fizzles out, then they might be interested in resuming, like, speaking to you or whatever. But, like, I personally would rather, like, date to marry in a way.
Right,
It's like,
right.
If, like, I find one person to talk to that person, put all my time and attention into them.
Okay.
Because then, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then you're not scrambling. You just have time to reset yourself, like, mentally and emotionally.
Okay.
And then you can circle back, and then you can be like, all right, now I need to find somebody else to talk to.
Yeah, exactly. So how do you feel about? All right, so I know in today's generation and society and all these good things like that, obviously social media is a big thing. Dating apps is a big thing. I think we're losing more being in touch with the face-to-face, and we're letting all the apps do all the work for us.
Because it's so easy for, like, you to just talk to people online instead of meeting somebody face-to-face.
Right.
And I feel like sometimes that makes the connection less meaningful.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then it's like, at the end of the day, if something doesn't work, you don't have to go out to a bar or an event or a restaurant and, like, meet somebody by happenstance, or, like, people don't have the confidence. Like, a lot of people don't have the confidence to be able to walk up to somebody and be like, hey, I think you're really pretty.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I get your number? It's more so like, I'm going to figure out their name from someone and somebody else and somebody else that knows
Creep
them.
mode.
And then find their Instagram and then hit them up.
Yeah,
it's like, no, go
exactly.
and talk to them.
Yeah, literally. Just, and that's why I give for any advice for any men or women, be more personable nowadays. Be in your person, like, just in their face. All right, just be, hey, how's it going? I'm Callie. What's your name? It's kind of ordeal, So
it's like, or even not even like so forceful. Maybe, like, depending on the situation, you could just be like, hey, I'm Chef Jay. How's it going?
Right,
I noticed
exactly.
you from over there. I figured I'd come talk to you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, hey, you had a beautiful smile, or, compliment the woman in her eyes, whatever the case may be. Chef it up. Ain't that right, Chef Jay? Chef it up.
Chef it up.
Chef
but
it up
it kind of goes both ways, though, because, like, even if you're confident enough to approach somebody else might not be confident enough to be approached.
Correct.
So you have to, like, kind of feel out how they might be acting around other people in the same room or scenario.
Yeah.
And then,
for sure. So that brings us to the next topic, though. My bad. I spaced out.
I was
for a
thinking
moment.
about circling back to what we were
Circling
talking
back?
about with
Okay.
no, because we were talking about
Okay.
the one-on-one versus talking to multiple people.
Yeah.
That kind of rounds out to the next topic of should you put forth like full like husband behavior effort in a relationship
Okay.
and like the boyfriend girlfriend stage, even if like you're not getting it reciprocated back or like vice versa.
I mean, so I think in today's generation, and I'm not going to, shit on the women at all. A lot of women feel entitled and chivalry's kind of dead and they don't appreciate a good man. So if you establish in the beginning the talking phases, you're like, hey, like you said in the beginning, I'm dating to marry, and this is my cards. I want A, B, and C.
Mm-hmm.
You should yes, as a man, you should display those qualities. But for a woman, she shouldn't expect those qualities out of every man because not every man is ready to be husband material. Sad to say.
Yeah, and sometimes it goes both ways. Like you just said, like there could be a woman who's like, I want to find my person, my husband.
Correct.
And then they get with a guy who's just not in it for the long haul.
Not at all.
She's like cooking for him, sending him money.
Those are fun boys, man. You know fun boys.
giving them rides to work, like everything.
Oh,
could not
work
be
is
me,
crazy.
Like I know this is like old school expectations, but like as a man, I would not expect like a girlfriend or a woman that I know that I'm talking to or fucking around with or whatever to be like doing all these things for me if I'm not doing anything back.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but that goes to accountability now. Why don't the women aren't setting these boundaries, And not even say the women, why aren't the men setting these boundaries? I don't feel like a man should be taking a woman out on a date. And I'm going to say that to say this. When I say taking a woman out on a date, you shouldn't be going to, and before I even get to that one, some of these women, can't say most, some of these women feel like going to Applebee's or PF Chang's or whatever restaurant it is not an expensive date. You should not be dating me or trying to get to know me because of my money. You shouldn't try to know my money. You should know me. So if I want to take you out on a date, I want to take you and go to the park. Let's go grab coffee. Like, it's not because I'm cheap. It's because I want to make sure it's genuine. Yeah.
It's like
exactly
because if somebody is complaining that you want to go, just go do something simple, then it's like they expect more, and it's more than you're willing to give.
Right.
And like it kind of goes to like a sense of like worth for the both of them. Like she thinks that she's worth a date to Benihana's.
Oh my god!
You're like,
not Benihana's is so good too.
I've never been there. But
really?
I keep hearing,
go,
people
man.
keep talking about it here. It's like not really like pricey, I guess. But
yeah. No, they're not pricey. But
I just hear it mentioned a lot in these sort of scenarios where it's like he won't even take me to Benihana. He won't do this. He won't do that. But at the same time, it's like the other party needs to know that they're worth more than sticking around with somebody who expects too much at a certain point. I feel like
for sure.
So it's like they don't even want to get to know me. They just want the meal ticket.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard scenarios. I've been in. I won't say me personally. I've been in situations to where I've had friends, and I've heard situation of men taking women out, and this certain women go on multiple dates throughout the week. Breakfast,
different
lunch,
person
dinner,
every day, only talking to them.
gosh.
Like, I only talk to you on the date. Like, I'm so busy, I'm not going to be on my phone. But then the days that she's not talking to you, or he's not talking to you, they're talking to somebody else, trying to get them to do something.
So and we can't fault women always. There's some men that do it too. There are some men that be like, hey, let's go on a date. And
I worked with a girl, and her boyfriend was a bum. He moved in with her. He didn't have a job.
Not the bum. We call those hobosexuals.
Hobosexuals.
Hobosexuals, man.
He used her phone. They shared a phone, and they shared a car. It was her phone and her car.
Okay.
And there was one day she came in. She was like, I hated her, by the way. She was so annoying. She would smoke.
Hate's a strong word, man. You really hated her that much?
I hated her so much. Because like I was like the pit rat.
Okay.
At Valvoline, so I was downstairs under the cars getting covered in oil, hot, cold, whatever. No AC, no heat.
We've had those days.
So it's like I'm down there taking oil filters off of cars, taking off skid plates, just all like the grunt work or like the dirty work. And she started working there after I did, immediately making more than I did at the same position.
Oh.
There was one day I finally was like, I went to my manager. I was like, look, Bill, you got to put me upstairs.
Now we name dropping Bill.
No, okay. It's
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, where's Bill at? You know, if he ever sees this Bill, should have gave my boy some more money,
he's
man.
working on district manager, so big ups to Bill.
Okay, big
ups
to
like,
Bill.
I was like, look, let me come upstairs because like it was like a full open to close shift, like 12 hours or whatever. And I was like, let me come upstairs for the second half of the day.
Okay.
She goes, she's all pretty, blah, 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 makeup on, trying to look nice, no dirt on her at all.
No dirt.
She goes downstairs for 30 minutes. She does one car, and it takes her twice as long as it should. And she comes upstairs sweating, drenched in oil, crying, mascara running everywhere, and he lets her go home.
Oh my god!
I was like, bro, and guess who had to go back downstairs for the rest of the day?
Yeah, you definitely going back downstairs.
Grease
like, monkey.
Bro. But she was always trying to flirt with people. She was always trying to crack jokes with me. I just did not like her because she did not. This is like a personal account. This isn't like putting it towards all like women in these sort of roles, because like there's this little like 4'11" like little butterball named Rudy dude. She was fucking shit up, bro. She'd be up on a little stool in the pit, just like
going crazy,
cranking stuff out. I'm like, at least she'll go down there and work. But they wouldn't leave her down there. Of course. So it's like
sexist. That's all.
But it's like her, and then there's another girl that I worked with that was like really good about doing everything, not just being upstairs and trying to be like the pretty face at the store.
Be the customer service.
Like that's why this girl made me so mad. Is she was like so entitled to like not have to actually do anything. Like, she wouldn't do her cleanup, would leave early. I'd clean the whole store because the manager said I couldn't leave till I cleaned it. I'm like, bro.
And now you got stuck with the grunt work.
Yes, bro. I didn't mind. I figured out the fastest way to do it, so I'd be out of there in no time. But like, no, like she would make me mad, dude. Like she would smoke 2 Black and Milds a day, and she would inhale them. Ooh. So it's like you're inhaling a cigar. Like that's insane.
Yeah, pretty much.
And 2 of them a day, and that's just during the shift.
I bet her breath smelled like cat piss and dog.
There was one day,
penis or something.
I'm doing 4 oil changes at the same time.
Same damn time.
And there's lines out the back of the store, and I'm sitting there pulling a oil filter off a car. She lays down on the ground, like like I'm downstairs, she's upstairs. She lays down in front of the car, starts trying to chat me up. I'm like, I was like, stand up. Like,
stand up.
And she starts yelling at me. She gets mad, and then the 2 managers tell her to go home. She gets to go home for free again, and comes back. No consequences, no nothing. I was like, bro,
the world we're living in. That's all. The world we're living in.
Like that was just that one like specific scenario, but I was like, bro, there's no way.
No way.
Like
no way.
That's the only time a coworker has made me that mad on a daily basis. Like if I seen her car there, that's what I was gonna get to before I started circling around ranting about it.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend said, "Oh, you should paint your car red." It's her car that he uses all day, and so she took cans of spray paint, didn't sand it down, nothing, painted it red. She's like, "You like the color on my car? It matches your truck." So I had that I had that '93 old body style F-150 that was clean, and she's like, "It matches your car. It's nice, isn't it? Do you like it?" I was like,
It looks like
horrible.
It looks like shit.
I was like, why would you do that? Because it was a tan Camry.
Oh my god!
It was like a 01 Camry or something.
Throw the whole car away at that point. Throw it away.
I was like, there's no way, dude.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so how long do you feel like men or women? We can't always go to the women because the women are sometimes better than the men. How long should either men or women should wait to do the deed?
Like in a relationship or like talking to somebody or just in general?
Just in general. Even if you're talking, you're in a relationship, what is the wait time?
Some people like running around. Some people like those like one-night stands. Some people like just, some people are just sex addicts. They're like, I don't even want to get to know you. Just come to my apartment,
let's be more specific. Yeah, we don't want to be Netflix and chill. Let's say relationships.
In terms of like relationship and talking.
Or you just, like, this is a brand new person. You do not know them. They don't know you. You guys just started dating / relationship.
Realistically speaking,
let's hear it.
Realistically speaking, you should get to know each other.
Okay.
Like emotionally and like a little bit better. Like like you should at least know what they do for work and like the coworkers they like and don't like.
Not knowing what they do for work is crazy. That's all I gotta say. That's crazy.
You should know their name. It's what's the word for it? It's the bare minimum.
The bare minimum.
The bare minimum. But like I feel like, theoretically speaking, you should get to know them for a couple months.
Okay.
Take them on a few dates here and there, hang out with them.
We're talking 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. What we're talking there?
Maybe like 2 months.
2 months. Okay.
But this is all like theoretically speaking, like on a healthy level, if you want to get to know them before you like start going into things, and I feel like you should have those conversations. Like if like let's say, like hypothetically speaking, one of them or both of them or whoever might have an STD or doesn't have an STD, like you should let the other person know.
True.
Like before you get into do like some stuff.
Everybody practice safe sex. All right, safe sex. Okay.
Buy your rubbers, rubber ducky, Bert and Ernie.
You're the one. You make bath time so much fun. No, anyway. anyway. So yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm obviously I'm a little bit older than you, just by a few years or so. But I mean, I will wait. I think I waited probably like 2 months. Too much on average for any time I was getting into a relationship or getting to nobody. Usually, there have been a couple occasions. Not too proud of.
Kind of jump into something.
I just kind of jumped in, but I had that rubber ducky.
You said I had to dive in.
Yeah, I had that rubber ducky with me though, man. So I had to make sure I had to.
Smart dude.
Put that helmet on. Dude. So yeah, I mean, yeah.
Unsheathe.
2 months.
Sheathe the sword.
Yes, sir.
You don't want to kill him.
Nope, don't want to kill him. Don't want to kill him. See, you get it. You get it.
But
so, like, how about you though? What do you think? You think?
I've had a few of those moments where I just had the rubber ducky in the wallet. You didn't know how things were gonna go, and they kind of went. They went the way that most people would celebrate about. But you're like, I don't know if I should have done that then and there or not. But like, and without going into too much detail, like my personal experience with my girlfriend now, we'd already been talking. She was out of state at her college, but she was she didn't like the people up there, so she like put it back to, our area and matched with me. We was talking for a while, like the vibes were immaculate. We were just being goofballs.
Oh, she had good vibes.
No, she's just as weird as I am, dude. It's perfect.
And weird in a good way.
Of course. Okay. But like, she's on my shirt, dude.
Oh, not on the shirt.
She bought this for me, kind of like as a gag, and I wear it all the time.
We're gonna have to get a close up on that when we're done here.
Put that on there.
He said, "Oh, we will." We will.
No. So like, we've been talking for like 2 or 3 months, just like joking around, like FaceTime here and there. Like, so we had 2 or 3 months to get to know each other before we were even able to meet in person.
Right.
And so.
How it should be. That's healthy. That is
like the first
taking
day.
It slow.
Yeah, the first day she came back into town.
Okay.
She didn't tell none of her friends. She didn't tell her work. Nothing. She was like, "Come over."
What?
And so I came over, and then we had the conversation like later down the road when we had like officially started dating and everything.
Okay.
I was like, because she was like, "You were just standing there awkward while I was laying down in bed." I was like, I thought like we'd maybe like do an activity or something or like watch a show. And she was like. She's like, no, we already had time to get to know each other over the 2 or 3 months.
Oh.
She was trying to get to business.
Okay, so yeah, she was trying to.
Because I didn't know if like that's the direction it was going, but
right.
You just rubber ducky.
Yeah, of course. And always, we was waiting for the consent, obviously.
Oh, of course, you have to have those conversations.
Yes. You want to make sure, like, hey, like, are we okay with going this direction?
Yeah,
we're not going left instead of going right. You're
not choosing the dark path through the woods. You're taking the lit up open path to the village.
Exactly. So I mean, obviously, you're a good dude. She's a good girl. So why do you?
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey.
Thank you very much. You're a good guy too.
I'll try my best, man. I'll try. Everyone can't like me. Whatever is the case may be. But with you being a good guy, that leads to like, why do you feel like good men get screwed over so much?
I feel like it's not necessarily why do good men get screwed over. It's why do people not see what they're worth and choose to be with somebody that doesn't recognize.
I like that.
Because it can go both ways. Cause I like
not seeing their value.
When I was younger, I was always like, nice guys always finish last. Should have known that.
Cliche as hell.
But like,
cliche.
I got a little bit older. I started doing some self-reflection, and I was like, I'm worth more than like what that person was willing to give in. Once I start to kind of see the way they act and the things that they do, and I'm like,
right.
If you feel like you're the nice guy or the good guy, and you're doing all these things for a person, which kind of goes into the topic of like, should you have husband or wife like mentality or like do that, like, act like a husband or act like a wife would while in the dating stage. It's like, if you're willing to put forth that much effort, you need to have those conversations and be like, hey, like, I'm dating to marry. Like, I'm putting my full effort into you. If you're not going to do the same, it's not going to work. And then cut your losses, move on to the next one. And it's nothing on you. Like, you shouldn't feel bad about that.
Right, exactly.
Like, maybe if you did give them 6, 7 months, a year, 2 years, if you decided to stick around for that long for them to finally start.
Can't get that time back, man. I need to claim that on in tax terms.
Like, you need to know, like, y'all need to be on the same page. There shouldn't be any, let's just see where this goes. Maybe I'll decide later, or maybe I'll change my mind later. Like, no, if you're wanting to be husband material or wife material now, and the other person's like, I might change my mind later, they're not going to change their mind later, because if that's how they feel now, they're just gonna treat you horribly, and not do what you're expecting out of the partner.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever you're gonna accept. If you accept shit, they're gonna present you with shit every time. But you accept
want to be treated like that, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, but if you want gold, they gotta treat you like gold. You gotta have standards. You gotta have morals. You got, and not only that, you gotta stand on it. 10 toes. Oh. Like
I told my girlfriend that before. I told my girlfriend that before I asked her out officially. I was like, "Look, like, I date to marry. I'm not playing games. If I want to play games, I got a PC, I got a Switch, I got a PS5.
Yeah,
like, I've invested in myself and my hobbies. So it's like, all like, if you're not willing to put forth the same amount of effort that I am, then I'm not gonna stick with it. Yeah, which exactly. I feel like there are times where she puts forth more effort and where I put forth more effort. But at the same time, that's just it's never gonna be 50-50. It might be 90-10. It might be 30-70. It might be 60-40.
That's the whole part of a relationship. Because when you only got 20, she's supposed to bring that 80. And then sometimes vice versa. When you're bringing that 90, she only got 10.
And sometimes there are going to be rough moments where you can only put in that 20 or that 30, and she can only put in that 20 or that 30. And it's going to be a rough time to get through. And sometimes,
gotta figure it out.
And for both sides, sometimes the woman or the man is going to have to be like, all right, look, in their head, they're going to be like, I know he's going through a rough patch. I know I'm going through a rough patch. I'm going to take the initiative to pick up the pace for a few weeks or a few months or whatever, depending on like how long term it is. Okay. And it's like,
makes sense.
I'm gonna pick up the pace, even though I'm struggling too. And then, as a partner, you need to notice if your partner's doing that.
Facts.
So later, when you're back up and you're like, all right, I'm fresh, I'm ready to go. Like, I'm not like in a weird headspace or nothing no more. You need to be like, all right, I'm gonna go like above and beyond now. Like if you're in a tough spot and your partner's taking care of you or like helping you out like mentally or emotionally or whatever for like 3 months, when that's over and you're like back like on your feet ready to go, you need to treat them. You got to treat them and be like, and you need to tell them, I appreciate everything you've been doing.
Yeah, because it's hard. It's really hard to find someone that can satisfy your mental health needs. And I also think like us as men, I grew up. Obviously, I'm black. Duh.
Dude, I didn't know until you said something.
Oh,
dude.
see, I just had to throw that out there. Had to, So
all I saw was a tatted man with a nice beard, dude.
Yeah, it's scruffy right now, man. It's scruffy.
It don't look scruffy. Yeah. I can't even grow facial hair. I'm jealous, bro.
Jeez, it must be nice.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen a picture of my dad or not. Dude's got like a whole Doug Dynasty beard. Oh, but he didn't start growing his till he's like mid-30s. Like his stuff don't really come.
Be. I don't like this, man. I'm scruffy. I get stuff in my beard. But anyway, off the topic here.
You grew back fast since the last time I seen you.
It did grow back fast.
You were naked the last time I seen you.
Paul, that's spicy, man. That is so spicy. You can't say
hold on,
naked.
sorry.
You cannot say naked.
You were like, Jeremy? I was like, Callie? What?
Right. No, obviously I grew up, in my community. We don't speak a lot about mental health and how big of it is of an issue in especially black men. And it's okay. Like, it really is okay. Like, it's okay to seek help. All that good stuff. I mean, I'm starting to hear a lot of rappers, obviously, speak about it. Obviously, one of the late great Juice WRLD, who I was quite fond of. Listen to his music a lot. He spoke about it tremendously, actually. So, I mean, RP to Juice, by the way.
You gotta break that cycle, though.
Gotta break it, man.
You gotta break that cycle.
It's okay to go.
He came on today. I've been doing that little Spotify AI DJ.
Okay.
And he was doing these are your top 5 artists of the year. And
Okay.
it was like number 5, and it just played like 10 straight Juice WRLD songs.
Yeah, he just dropped an album. What was that, yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Party Never Ends. Great album. Hey, anybody listen to that album, go listen to it. Like, it is a really good album. I'm a big Juice WRLD fan myself, so I liked it. Everyone else was kind of like shitting on it for a while there because they were like, "Oh, we waited so long."
People are just mad because you always get like once an artist dies, like they're gonna have music in the vault, and the production company's gonna be like, they had a contract. It's not our fault they died. We want to get our money out of it.
Yeah.
So they're gonna release it anyways, even if they have to push it out and make it kind of shitty. Like I was mad when they released some of X's music after he passed because he was like I listened to him a lot before he passed, and they released some songs, and some of it was like they just took samples from stuff that he wasn't even close to finishing, and then they just threw another artist on there to do all the singing and rapping, and it would just be like, him at the beginning, him at the end, just saying the same thing, and I'm like, this isn't even like his music. This is just y'all trying to get money. So like I know people can be upset about that, like.
Oh, then they're saying AI too. Like they were like, oh, they AI Juice WRLD, and I'm like, here we go.
They're still making money out of him though, because like even Fortnite, they got him doing live. They got him doing live performances.
Oh my gosh!
In Fortnite, and it's like, bro.
I mean, and I'm not the one to play Fortnite. I got it. I mean, and I hopped on. I'm not gonna lie. I hopped on to get the Juice WRLD skin, and then I'm like, all right, I got the skin. Did you
go to the concert though?
No, I did not go to the concert.
I seen him.
Hold on.
I seen him in concert before he died.
Lucky. He
was in St. Louis that like one time, like a few months or like a little under a year before he died.
Yeah, true story. I had tickets to go see him, Chicago, Illinois, at the Staples Arena, and he turns around and dies. I was so pissed.
You were about to go see him
I was
before,
about to go see him perform. I was so pissed, man. I looked so
out because my friend bought. My friend Kanan bought 3 tickets.
Okay.
And they were like nosebleeds. Like he was like, I have to go.
Yeah, you gotta go.
So he bought nosebleeds, and then his girlfriend at the time bought him like damn near in the pit, like front row tickets, kind of on the side.
Oh,
and
man,
as like a surprise.
What a lucky guy.
But
he's lucky. He's lucky. I'll tell you that right now.
He's got a better girlfriend now, though.
I mean, no, it's not. It's not even a girlfriend. It's just that experience. The Juice WRLD. Yeah. Because like, even speaking of Chicago artists, I was obviously a fan of King Von's music too. Even though people were like, oh, he's a serial killer, whatever. He made damn good music. I don't care what nobody says.
It's just and his music is like an example of like telling real life stories, not just yapping. Like,
facts. He lived. A lot of these rappers just cap in the rap.
No, he lived by like what he rapped about. Like the things he rapped about is what he did. And I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, man, like Chief Keef was kind of a menace. But then then you see him, he took all his homies. Yeah. He was like, we out. Like, we going to the suburbs. I got a dirt bike track around the house. Like
they're still in LA kicking it. Must be nice. Must be nice.
But like he played it smart though.
He did.
He was super young, started making a bunch of money, and even then he was like, I need to get the boys out.
Oh yeah.
He was like,
for sure.
Because I mean, you see so many interviews about like these like rappers and these like gang members that are affiliated with the rappers. They're like,
facts.
Like I've seen people die to gun violence. Like I've seen people die. Like in my neighborhood, like people super close to me. It's like I just don't understand it, dude.
And there's so many people too. Like, all right, and I'm going to be a very, very, advocate here. I get why gangs were around, what their intended purposes for, but when they started, when they first started, it's supposed to be for the community, helping each other out. But now it's went away from that.
It's like an anti-hero. It's like Aaron Yeager, like reverse, like
exactly. Now it's like they're doing more harm than good.
Because like I'm pretty sure it's the first like iteration of like a modern day gang was the Crips. Yeah, and they were like. Specifically, like help muskets. If like a racist white dude came to town, they was gonna pop his ass. Like they were there to protect their communities. Like if
that's the case, we gotta look at America as a gang too, because technically they wear certain colors. Facts, the army, I get it. You protecting, but hey, if you look at gangs the same way, they're protecting their turf. Look at America, they're protecting their turf. you know. So I mean, any faction can be a gang. I mean, the Boy Scouts could be a gang. The Girl
I was
Scouts
a Boy
could be
Scout, bro. Troop 362. Shout out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Are you shouting out the Boy Scouts? Oh,
Pinewood
man.
Derby champion 2 years in a row.
Oh, snap! Check him out. He's showing his true colors.
I wouldn't
man.
even. I made a cool car
Yeah.
the first 2 years. The second 2 years, I just did the classic. You slice it in half diagonally.
Yeah.
You carve out the bottom, put weights in it just enough to where it's like the heaviest it
And
can
it just
legally
goes-
be.
yeah,
And you just stick a little Lego dude on top. You're like, dude. But then
Gone.
everybody started doing it, and so it was like hard competition, dude.
Oh,
It was like you'd see
man.
4 slabs, just like.
gone.
And then I started getting jealous of the people who had cool cars. I was like, I know I'm winning, but like that dude had a Lego tank going up there, like
literally
what?
like a boss. Yeah, but how do you feel about those accusations about Drake being a pedophile? I heard about those on the radio a little bit.
I hate Drake so much.
Oh my god,
I hate Drake so much.
Anti Drake over here. This
I grew up watching
Chef
The Do.
J.
Shout out
Chef
The
J.
Do, dude. I grew up watching The Do.
Yeah.
And I already hated Drake before I even started. I never
Drake
liked
is-
his music. I thought it was overhyped, and I was like,
No,
"Why are people listening to
what?
this?"
Listen
And then
to it, man.
I
Listen
knew
to it.
something was weird with him.
What?
And he's over there. He's over here flirting with.
believe
He's
you
over
right
here
now.
flirting with the actor that played 11 in Stranger Things.
I might have to leave.
he going to
can't
do.
believe you.
This is your studio, bro.
I gotta go, man. I gotta go. He said this is your studio. I gotta go.
Like I've listened to
Oh
a few. Like
my
I've listened to a
gosh.
few of his songs. Like
Yeah.
but like for instance, earlier today,
Yeah.
I'm up on the scissor lift. I'm taping. I was like, I had that DJ X on shuffle on Spotify.
Okay.
Drake song comes on. Immediately pull my. I don't care if there's mud. New phone. I don't care if there's mud on my hand or anything. I pulled my phone out of my pocket. Skip. Made sure it was. I won't even listen to the 21 Savage song Knife Talk no more.
What?
I won't even. I'll listen to his part, and then as soon as Drake comes on, I'm skipping the song. Like I do not like Drake.
Bro, what did Drake did he hurt you? Did he hurt
No,
you?
he's just annoying. He's like
How?
entitled. Like did you
What?
like
He
he
makes great music. Fantastic. I ain't gonna so
I
ain't gonna say-
personally don't like his music. I'll just put it like
Wow.
that. Me personally, I don't like his music.
I find his music quite.
Started from the bottom, now he's here. That was
is annoying because they overplayed the out of that.
yeah,
song,
but that was
bro.
like in my opinion that was the only song that's like bro, cause like and dude, I was
Wow.
so happy
That's
when
all I can
Kendrick
say.
lit him up. I was so happy,
all right,
dude.
All right. All right, and you're hearing this from a West Coastian. I would call myself
West
you know.
Coastian. Well, I'm Midwest. So
Yeah, I'm
nobody
Midwest.
cares about what I think.
So you know, my family being part West Coast, you know, Chicago, and you know whatever the case may be. Anyway,
Chicago's Midwest.
I know that's what I'm saying.
But you said West Coast.
I
Well,
said, no,
Midwest to West.
Yeah, Midwest, you know, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so West Coastian. Let me correct myself because we're not doing no edits over here in this podcast. West Coastian over here, and then Chicago, Midwest, whatever case may be. So I can't get behind Kendrick because for the simple fact I can't listen to a
East
man.
Coast?
No. Kendrick is the West Coast,
Oh.
but I just can't get behind a man that feel like you can drop an album every 3 to 5 years.
I don't listen to him like that, but like
That's
when
what I'm saying.
when he
It's not
does,
enough. It's
but
not
here's
enough.
the thing though.
It's not enough. For
Here's
me.
the thing though is there are artists that will release an album like twice a year or like X amount of time, but then you know that they're pushing their music out fast. But if somebody's waiting 3 to 5 years to drop something, they've been working on that, and he showed he could release music quick though, and it still be fire because he was dropping time after time, like day after day on Drake.
He did, and I'm gonna give him his credit if credit's due, but he dropped albums, and I get it. You're gonna work, and I love it. I like the lyricists from him. Drake is more mainstream, get you club.
I wouldn't even say
all
that because
Yeah,
people
Drake
because
is-
people like Kendrick like about as mainstream as much as they like Drake, but like
But you don't hear nobody play. All right, if before Not Like Us, what other song were you hearing in the club by Kendrick Lamar? Don't worry, I'll wait.
wow, I was too young to be in clubs back then, but Money Trees was kind of a banger. I think Money Trees outplays every If somebody gave me the option between Money Trees and any Drake song, I'd be like,
because you're anti-Drake. You're not giving my boy Drake the credit here. That's all I'm saying.
I was so happy when he got shot on that TV show.
Jesus Christ, you cannot say. Anyway,
he's a kitty diddler. He didn't even.
No, he's not.
He's light skinned than a motherfucker. Pardon my language. He impregnated a white woman who was naturally blonde when she was a kid, and then was like, "That's not my son. I did 3 DNA tests. That's not my son." And he raps about being dark skinned. Bro, you outrank him on that scale. Like he's fake, bro. You were just talking about how you hate when people put fake things in their music, and Drake is the #1 faker.
Hold on. I think we're getting beside the topic here. Let's dial it back.
Drake is the #1 faker.
I wouldn't say that.
He is.
All right, so if we're looking at careers, Drake has a better career, hands down.
Well, because he made it that way.
Consistently,
he doesn't care about the music.
He cares.
He just cares about the money. That's why he pumping out all these lame ass songs.
But consistently, he has had the better career. He's dropped album after album after album after album. If you look at it, and it's been all hits. All his albums been hits.
If you look at it in terms, if you measure success as to like how much traction he's built and how much money he's made, then yeah, he has a better career. He's done more. But Kendrick, I feel like puts more heart into his music. He's his lyrics, like you were just talking about.
He's a lyricist. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But you don't hear me saying.
I feel like he got more passion.
I think they both got passion, but I think what people get confused with Drake is because he hop on a new wave about every artist that comes about, but that's how you stay relevant, though. You have to.
But Kendrick been on the same wave the whole time.
Yeah,
and guess what? He's still relevant on the same thing.
Of course. But look what he had to do to get his jump start. I wouldn't say a jump start. Let's say he had to be more relevant to without him beefing with Drake, he wouldn't have been as relevant. That's facts.
I think he still would have had the same amount of.
That's like
I don't think him dropping the music he dropped changed anyone's minds about who they thought was better, Drake or Kendrick. I think people were more invested in the beef rather than who they liked more.
People want to see Drake fall because Drake's been at the top for way too long, for way too many years. That's facts.
I would have seen him fall because he likes little kids.
That is an accusation. You cannot say
I know,
that.
But
that
like,
is an accusation.
I could accuse him all I want.
Jesus.
Send the cease and desist.
That's not nice. No, let's not. Drake, we love you over here. At least I do, man.
He does. I don't.
This guy, but Drake has a better career versus Kendrick. That's my opinion. Just because, and I respect Kendrick as a lyricist. Once again, I can get behind it, but like I said, you got to drop more consistently for me.
Yeah,
more consistently.
I can see that, but like, because I can see you on both angles.
Yeah,
I'm still going to not like Drake.
Of course.
Drake stays relevant. Yeah. You're right.
He stays relevant.
He drops more consistently. You're right.
Correct.
You know, I feel like Kendrick's more passionate. He doesn't drop as much, but he still keeps the same relevancy within his fan base.
Yeah,
like he's not really looking to outstretch who's listening to his music. Like he has enough of a fan base where he can be like, all right, I can spend my time and effort.
Yeah. Like doing other things. Yeah.
Like there was a thing that I seen, and it was like it was a music video for Not Like Us or one of his disses.
Okay.
And it's like him, his wife, and his kids all just like dancing and having fun in a room.
Right.
And somebody said Drake could never.
Whoa! I need you to calm down.
I was like, I have never seen this man in like a happy situation with his like baby mama and his.
I mean, he's always got his kid. I mean, check his. I follow. Let me put some respect on Mr. Champagne Poppy's name. You hear that? Champagne
I hate that
Poppy
so much, dude. He's Champagne Poppy and them roofies in there.
Chill, bro. Chill. Jeez, not on Drake like that. Okay, so who? All right, so
I don't even I'll listen to rap, but like
yeah.
At the same time, I'm saying all this. I don't really listen to either of them all that much. I just don't like Drake so much that
You don't listen. Oh,
I won't skip a Kendrick song if it comes up.
I'm definitely skipping a Kendrick song.
Mustard. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off.
I'm so sick of that. That is so freaking annoying. Mustard. I'm just like my nephew is saying.
I haven't even heard the whole song.
That's all I hear is mustard. That's all I hear.
It's funny though.
It's stupid.
It's catchy.
It's stupid. So have you heard about Young Thug being released?
Mm-mm.
Really?
I've seen bits and pieces here.
Yeah. So he beat. I wouldn't say he beat. Yeah, he beat the RICO trial pretty much.
Like
he beat it.
Is he part of that whole like?
He's part of YSL.
Yeah, weren't like all of them getting hit with something because they were calling them a mafia.
Yeah, they were calling them,
and they were using that picture of all of them posted up. And
yeah,
then
it was
that dude Lil Woody?
Yeah, Lil Woody. Yeah, that's who was like Lil Woody.
I keep seeing clips of him.
Yeah,
like,
Lil Woody went viral. Hey, shout out to Lil Woody. Hey, Lil Woody. Hey, man, if you ever want to interview me, I will definitely come on your. Hey, come to the podcast, whatever you're doing. Shout me and Chef J out. Shoot us out, bro.
I haven't seen very many. Like,
he's funny.
I haven't seen like very many clips of him or this, that, or whatever.
Funny.
But like I've seen some of the clips of like him taking the stand.
Yeah.
It's just so funny every time.
He was like, how old are you?
Didn't you say this? Didn't you say that they were doing this and this person did that and whatever? And he's like, huh? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
he's like, how old are you? Grown. What's grown? Grown to be an adult. I was like, what?
Dude.
He's like, what's your name? I plead the fifth. I'm like, on your name, bro?
What's your name?
I plead the fifth. I'm like, bro, on your name,
and
bro?
then they just put him in what's your name? I plead the fifth. And then in the YouTube short that everybody's posting, Lil Woody pleads the fifth.
Yeah,
you could have just said Lil Woody. You didn't even have to say your actual name.
Yeah, no.
Because he wouldn't be, even if he was under oath, it wouldn't be lying for him to say Lil Woody because people call him that.
Yeah, technically. So, all right. So, talk about crazy topics right now. How do you feel about? Oh, all right. So you heard of YNW Melly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You heard he's still in jail. Still in jail. Has not. They had a mistrial about him, about killing his two best friends.
They were like, he was like, oh, they like mysteriously died in a drive-by, and they were like, the bullets came through the back seat, and you were in the car sitting in the back seat. He's like, I don't know.
I'm just saying, innocent to proven guilty. I don't know.
Well, I don't think there hasn't been any updates on like the trial. I don't think he's been in court, so he's just been sitting in jail. Yeah,
system mistrial. They haven't. They just supposed to be.
I'm surprised he hasn't had somebody posting for him, being openly vocal, being like, Trump release me, do me like you did Kodak.
And then now Lil Durk is in jail. Jeez, I heard he slid for Vaughn finally. That's what I heard. That's the accusation.
Dude, speaking of like sliding for rappers that are passed, do you remember when I was so sad when this happened, when fucking Dolph died?
Oh my god.
Dude, he had a whole city sliding for him.
Oh,
like
Flipper.
They were looking for
shout out to Dolph. RP to Dolph, man.
Part of my childhood, I guess you could consider, because I was listening to him in like middle school.
Yeah, shout out to Dolph. 100 shots. How you miss a whole 100 shot? Hey, he snapped on that. 100 shots, good. Bulletproof, all that. Like all his bro, like all his music I could bump. Key Glock is really stepping up for him.
Yes, dude.
He's really going
and sometimes it freaks me out because I'll be listening to a Key Glock song. I'm like, am I listening to Dolph? Right
yeah,
now?
yeah.
And it's he literally he never died because he just lives on in Key Glock.
And Key Glock is nice. He's nice too. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to Key Glock.
We love you, Mr. Glock.
Bro, that is raw. That is raw. Like if I was to be a rapper, which I could never rap in my life.
You just get clip somebody calling you out.
Yeah,
like,
literally
non-scripted.
I need that. Someone need to.
But like I watched a video.
Yeah.
It shot Memphis from like number like 4 or 5 on like the murder per capita.
Okay.
From like 4th or 5th to number 1
for
months because people were trying to figure out like it literally went like this. It was like if anyone spoke bad on Dolph after he died, it's whoever they were speaking bad on killed him.
Violence is not the answer, people.
It's not the answer.
It's not the answer at all.
Don't be like Memphis, but Memphis is pretty
like
cool.
Memphis.
Well, like no, because they like. And then
like
the other things I was hearing was like, if somebody accused somebody else of, they were a part of it, that person's dead. That was literally a death sentence at that time. Like, people were just sliding on anybody.
Don't do that. No shoot nobody.
I watched a whole. It wasn't even like a. It wasn't even like a gang politics type of video, but it was like
they just going for.
It was describing like the history of like what was happening after his passing,
right?
And it was like. Dude, I feel bad though because like the cookie shop he was at, he was going to get his mom and his grandma.
Shout out to Makita's. I think they're closed now.
I would close too if
he's all close
no,
too.
if like a local famous rapper was like, I love your guys' product, blah blah blah, and they're like, oh, can you give us a shout out? So he shouts it out, and the next time he goes to get cookies for his family member,
get shot.
He just died, dude. I'd close down too. I'd be like, I'm not. My
so
cookies are
from
killing
what?
people.
So I've been looking into it. So from what I heard, from what I heard, what I've been watching, can't believe everything you watch, but it sounds pretty you know the word I'm trying to figure out. Fuck. Yeah. It sounds pretty logical. That's the word I was looking for. That these guys were like literally just driving around and just so happened to see Dolph. Coincidentally, wouldn't even set up. And
that's
just,
a lie, bro. They knew he was gonna be there.
That's what I heard, man. That's what I'm just saying, man. Don't shoot the messenger.
But at the same time, like,
don't shoot the messenger.
At the same time, it's like violence isn't the answer.
Violence is never the answer at all. No.
Like, even if somebody like disrespects you, it's like you don't have to shoot them, or even if you don't like them, you don't have to shoot them. You don't have to like do harm to them or their family. It's like you could just be like, whatever, they're just barking.
What's wrong with today's society is
people think that they can solve every issue by pulling a trigger. Boom, it's gone. No. But the next thing you know, you're spending life in prison. It's
25 years.
What did that solve?
Yeah, not at all. Like back in the day, like when I was growing up as a kid, more so, you get into a fight, you get into a scrap. There's always going to be a winner. There's always going to be a loser. But then it's done. It's over with. But nowadays, you go fight somebody. Oh, I'll be back. Like, what are you going to be back for? Like, and they come back with guns, man. Like, why?
It was like that's how it was when I was growing up. Like, my dad always told me, he's like, if somebody else throws a first punch, wow.
I know.
Hardy foul.
Let me take this call. Hey, cuz I'll call you back. I'm in the middle of recording a podcast right now. All right. Sorry, guys. Family calls, man.
He's a biggie man. He's a busy man.
A busy man,
No, but it's like, I had seen videos, like, because that's how I grew up, too, is like, my dad was like, oh, like, make sure that the other person swings first if you're going to get into a fight, because I used to get into fights all the time when I was in, like, grade school.
I'm clobbering motherfuckers.
Dude, and so, I mean, there's a few times where they didn't swing first, but if they, like, poked me, I was like, they swung first, and I just, like, start, because people get mad, they'll be like, meet me after school.
I'm not after school.
Violence is never the answer.
It's never the answer.
But if anyone ever tells you meet me after school, punch them in the nose right there.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I don't think they
don't let them get hyped up. Don't let them bring a bunch of friends. Yeah. Don't let them like.
I don't want
because then they're like ready for it. If they're like meet me after school, bing, like that's an attitude adjustment and a half, and it works so many times. Like there are people who, like I grew up around that like said something to me, and. I just don't want to just boom punch in the nose. They're not even really assholes.
I just don't want to hit that one kid that comes back with the trench coat on. I don't want to deal with that.
See, I never did that. I never did that. Like I'm not gonna lie. I used to be a POS, if you will. Like I was a bully. I'd mess with the weird kids, this and that. But then I started seeing like I had a few experiences where I seen firsthand like the lives that they were living. Yeah. And then I was like,
yeah,
I'm a terrible person.
See, I never had that problem.
And it was the people I was around.
Right.
So then I like there was one kid I used to mess with all the time, and then I found out that his mom had passed away. He was gone from school for 2 weeks. His mom had cancer, and his dad was like raging alcoholic. And we were in Boy Scouts together, but
not the Boy Scouts.
At that point, back to the Boy Scouts. But at that point, like the last like camping trip we had went on, I like helped him out. Like everybody was chasing him down. Like everybody was chasing him down. It was like hide and seek or whatever, like tag. He was the last person standing, and he comes up to me. I'm a tagger, right? I'm already out, so I'm supposed to be looking for people. And he comes up to me. I was like, bro, hide in my tent. And so he goes into my tent, right? And everybody comes over. And I acted like I was looking at my tent. I closed the door. I was like, he not in there.
Oh,
and everybody starts going off, looking everywhere.
Being nice.
But then there's another time where I seen it was like my freshman year, sophomore year maybe of high school.
Yeah.
Same kid. I see like a middle schooler had like pushed him down, started kicking him in the stomach.
Oof.
And nobody's doing anything.
Them kids.
But at the same time, this kid was pretty small, so he's like the size of like a large middle schooler.
Okay.
So I see him getting kicked on the ground, so I walk up to the kid, and I grabbed him. I picked him up on the wall. I was like, that was like insane for me. Like I was so heated.
Yeah. In that moment,
and I like picked him up, put the middle schooler on the wall. I was like, were you just, I was like, don't you ever, like, kick him on the ground, blah, blah. I was cussing this kid out. The middle school gym teacher and the high school teacher were both watching me. And they weren't doing anything. They were just standing there.
Go ham on this kid.
I was like, don't you ever do that again. And, like, he was like, I wasn't doing that. There's a camera in there. I just watched you do that.
Right.
And so I was like, yes, you did. I was like, apologize. He was like, I didn't even do nothing. So I like, my arms were like this. So I pick him up full length, and then I, like, pulled him. I like, flipped him sideways and just went boom, like, dropped him, like, 5 feet on the ground. That was, like, the last, like, time where I was really, like, maliciously violent. Like, it wasn't, like, self-defense for, like, a mutual fight or anything. But, like, that was the last time I, like, hurt somebody without them provoking me specifically.
See, I never had that problem in high school. I was always kind of, like, to get along with everybody. But
you're just a chill guy.
No, I wasn't chill back in high school. I was Mr. Hothead for sure. But I mean, I stayed in trouble. But you know, I played football, played basketball. Obviously, you know, I did the
student
normal.
Athlete over here.
I was trying to be. I swam. I played water polo, which is crazy. Yeah,
water polo.
Yes, and I played hockey too.
I heard people would like. I mean, hockey's dope.
Hockey,
like I heard that somebody. I was talking to somebody that played water polo one time. They're like, yeah, there are people who like sharpen their toenails. So when they're playing water polo, they like kick.
Oh, what?
That's like, wild. That is insane.
That is wild. Not
if you're a water polo player who does that, you are a terrible person.
Extremely terrible person.
Like,
you're horrible. You're horrible.
That's like because they can't see under the water.
Yeah,
and it's
so
like
you just
somebody's like like giving you that fade, swimming faster than you can. You're like, you know what?
Boom!
Boom. And then they're just like
you.
bleeding from their leg.
Oh,
like, dude, that's terrible.
I'd be pissed.
I was like, there's no way that's a real thing. But like,
it gotta be.
A water polo player told me that, and I was like,
I ain't never experienced that myself.
I didn't think it was that serious.
Yeah, I ain't never experienced that myself. Yeah, no.
It's fun though. We played it in gym class a little bit.
Treading 10 feet water is fun to you?
No,
10 feet. Just.
I used to swim all the time. I was at my local pool every day. So like, I'm a good swimmer.
Yeah, I mean, I swam freestyle 100 too. I was all right. I didn't like the whole shaving my body thing. I was not going for that. But I mean, I had to.
Was not that hairy back then.
Nah,
you was just taking it too serious.
I was just taking, you know, that's a ladies thing, man. Had to.
Nothing.
I mean, I already don't have any arm hair on my arms.
It just rubs off with like shirts and stuff, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Like leg hair. Like after winter's over and summer's up, like my legs be pasty, no hair.
You said pasty?
Cause my work pants are like, you know, like long johns. They just be rubbing the hair off all throughout the winter, and it's just over time. It's not like it hurts or nothing, but like next thing you know, you pulling like, you know, you get your swim trunks on. You're like, damn,
I might as well shave my damn legs in this.
I look like somebody put white out on my. It's like if the hair was like writing, somebody put white out on my legs and just was like reset.
Resets. Hell no, that was wild. But so I mean, we're gonna be coming out to a close here pretty soon. So I mean, this podcast. I mean, we're gonna be doing some more. We're gonna be doing a lot more things on this podcast. Actually, we're gonna be doing Chef Jay. What we gonna be doing? We're doing some good eats,
some food reviews,
some food reviews. So we're gonna be doing.
I might be skinny, but I'm a big back.
Like big back. But yeah, no, we're gonna be doing some food reviews, and we're gonna start checking out like local foods in St. Louis, Missouri. That's where we're located. We're in St. Louis, Missouri, obviously.
You ever been to Felix's on the hill?
What the hell is a Felix? That sounds like a cat's name. Felix.
It's PewDiePie.
If I had a cat, I'd be like,
name.
Here's my cat. Cat Felix.
Did you turn around on the podcast one day, you're like,
yeah,
hey guys,
this is Felix.
This is Felix. on some evil master.
And check these out. These are fire though. Powerpuff Girls Blossom. They're fire.
I was wondering what the eye was.
Yeah, they're Powerpuff Girls.
I was looking at them. I was looking inside all around here. I was like, they just look like pink shoes that might be a little goofy. And then I was like,
no.
Why is there an eyeball on it in the little mouth?
Blossom, man, Blossom.
Put a little bit too much substance X on there.
Yeah, literally. I mean, obviously they're gonna be able to tell behind me. Let me make sure I'm speaking to the mic. Obviously, you guys can see behind me. I am a kind of a shoe collector of shoes that I do like.
I've been wearing the same Vans for 5 years.
That's horrible. I feel bad for you.
All these shoes.
And then this is just not even all of them. I think I got like maybe 10 more pairs.
I grew up
in a room.
I grew up on the notion of You gonna wear these shoes till your toes are sticking out, and then we'll get you a new pair. So like, I did not have shoes like that.
I definitely.
I'm wearing my dad's shoes right now. These are from like the 80s or 90s, dog. These are OG Converse. These are older than you.
Do they say Chuck Taylor on the side?
No, but I had some Chuck Taylors when I was a kid.
Yeah, have you? They're fire. I mean,
he only wears these when he goes out to play music.
Oh,
like he keeps them nice, bro. No, he plays metal though. It's not like no like rock or like.
Oh, white man. Anyway, without Chef J on some of the videos I will be creating, I'll be doing. He knows I drive a couple Subarus, which I'll be.
This guy.
I will be presenting that on the channel too. So who knows? He might make a guest appearance and just stand around and be like this, just like looking. And
I would be shaking my head because it's not a Mustang.
Oh my!
I can't even talk though. I don't even have a Mustang anymore. I need another one.
He ran into a crowd, guys. That's what happened. He ran into a crowd.
I spent $2,000 fixing the suspension, and right as I thought, okay, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Rack and pinion starts leaking.
Oh.
Like starts dumping fluid, and I was like, I'm not taking this apart again. I was like, I am not taking this wheel off. Nothing else. I was like, I just said, dude pulls up with truck and trailer, $2,000 in cash. I was like, it's yours, dude.
Hey, you know what I say? Should have bought a Subaru.
No, bro, because you over here.
Chill out.
Nobody like.
Chill out. Anyway, this guy's horrible over here. But anyway, yeah. So we gonna feature Chef J over here on some of the Subaru videos if he ever.
Maybe the next Mustang I get, we can have a drag race. We can go to Midnight Madness Friday night. I'm gonna drive in a straight line as fast as I can.
Fast I can. So, but yeah, guys. Until next time, I'm your host, Callie, and this is
Chef J.
All right, guys, and we're out.
That was pretty fire, dude.